once in a while, I decide I want an easy project where I don't have to do much thinking. It's already done for me. Hi, everyone. This is Debbie from Project 39 Mini Albums, and this is a digital kit from My Porch Prints. I think it's called the Camera Mini Album. All you do is print it and put it together, and voila. I mean, there is some decorating to be done, and I, of course, veered off of from the normal um, project, did something different. The total size, including the binding system, is about 6.25 by 4.5. Now that includes the uh, the binding, whatever that is, and then some of the tags. So it's probably more like 5.75. And I just printed it as is. I didn't do any adjustments to size. It is what it is. I did layer some things on the front. So you get this image and you also get plain papers that you can put on the back. So that is what I did for the cover. So it's not really that thick. I think I want to try it again using cardstock to help make it a little stronger. But I'll play around with that a little bit. So the camera, which is adorable, I mean, it's just very nicely done. So that is one layer, and then this outer lens is another, and this inner lens is another. I just printed out a couple extra and cut them out and layered them up. I also layered up this part, and I layered up these two parts, and I don't know if you can tell, but I use glossy accents on them as well as these buttons just to give it a little pizzazz. It doesn't translate on camera. Now, I did also take some acetate and put it inside, and although that looks sort of like an eyeball, it actually is a moth. So I'll take your, oh, this is, it's like a 3-ring binder. It opens up like that. I will put the link in the description box. I got it on Amazon. I'll put my affiliate link in the description box. So if you use it, I get a teeny tiny commission. All right, so let me take you inside. In my stash, I had these, I think they're aluminum letters. How long have I had them? I'd say 18, 20 years. I mean, it's been a while, and I was excited that I actually could spell a word with it. It's click, which works well for the camera. So this is the background paper. I just put that up there just to add something. Now, you could add something else here. You don't have to have that. In the tutorial, there was a flower that she had there, and I was actually going to use a flower, and then I looked at what My Porch Prints had done, and I was like, well, I don't want to do exactly what they did. So anyhow, and I've used different things from my stash. Like, I think this is some old Tim Holtz paper. I think this came from Bumfuzzle Boutique. The moth is from Simple Stories. I just sort of went through my stash and got some things, obviously, just to make it look different. Now, this is a cut apart that comes with the kit. So I just fussy cut that and put it in there. So you certainly can use this as a photo album. You can print out some small pictures. This portion is about 3 inches tall, so you want to print out really small pictures. What is that, 3 by 5 maybe? But still, wouldn't that be cool to put in some photos? Or journal. Now, these pages are real simple. You print out 2 sets to a sheet and you just fold it and glue it together, and it makes a pocket. I can show you better here. So there is a pocket. So again, room to put a photo if you wish. Now, I added this to make it another pocket. This came from Simple Stories. I think it was Wildflowers. It was a collection from a while ago. And that just goes in, like, add another butterfly to there. This came from this collection, Simple Stories, just different things. And then here is the piece that is in the pocket. So you could glue them or you could make it a pocket. So here I made a little side loading pocket. I had fussy cut this mushroom from a Bumfuzzle Boutique, this stamp collection, and I added it onto this ticket and put it in there. But you can add a little photo onto there. You can add a photo to the back of that. That would be fun. Again, there's that sticker from the Bumfuzzle collection. Here is one of the tags, and that came from, I think it's a Simple Stories collection. And there is another tag that goes in here. So there were 8 pages if you print everything out, and there were 3 of these. So I had to print out a couple extra. I was going to embellish them, and then I decided, you know what, it's getting a little chunky. So I didn't. I figured you can put a photo on there. So that was from that Simple Stories collection. I just sort of tried to group it together. The bird was the sticker. I added this metal brad, I guess, from my stash. I think this came from a 49 in Market collection, and just added the bird cage to go with the bird, but I didn't want to put the bird in the bird cage. And then this, of course, matched to that, and I just thought it was pretty. So that goes in there. And then again, that, oh, I already showed you that. Here's the back of that. I did take some game pieces and some brads and just sort of had fun with it. Layered a couple of different elements. There was also this one page that I just glued on the side and the bottom, and it is a little tuck spot. Just another little camera just to break up all these other pages. I left the back of that blank because I just love the watercolory look. This Light and Beauty came from the whole kit. I added just different things. Oh, I made some vellum envelopes, and when I was going through looking for things to go with it, I grabbed this vellum envelope and cut this out of the plain paper that came with the collection. I added some holes to the vellum envelope and just made it a little tuck spot. And there's the back of that. There's the flower that My Porch Prints used on the front underneath here, which really would be pretty. But again, I didn't want to do exactly what they did. Loved the layering of this background paper. It just was really pretty. Fun and easy. Okay, so I think this was from Graphic 45, this fox. Again, when I went through my little embellishment box, I found that and said, you know what, I'm going to use him. And then not realizing that My Porch Print had this that came with their little collection. So I put it there. I had a little tuck spot. I don't know what the L stands for. I didn't have an F for fox, so I just added that, and I thought it was fun. Let's see what this one is. Okay, a rose. All right, to capture the moment, just a couple of things I ripped. It makes a little tuck spot. That again is from Simple Stories. Another clock piece. Oh, this one has a game piece on it. I just wanted that to be opposite that. It says date, says BU. I just have a tag in the pocket. I made this little tuck spot. And then here's another coordinating piece to go over here. That says remember. I just glued it to the side, and then I took one of the little tags, had something that said better together, have the date, and the flower did come from this collection, but I just made that into a little tuck spot. So you could add a photo to the back of that if you want, or even add a photo to here that's open. Or take this off and put a photo on there if you want. Just a couple of dimensional things here. I have a brad that looks like a screw, a Phillips head screw. I added another game piece to here. I had a star. Again, I just wanted a little dimension on here. And that is the back page. That is the very back. And there we are back to the front. I shouldn't have, I guess that wasn't dry yet. Well, I guess I'll take that out and put in another one. You know what, and that's a hint. Whenever you're doing something with, what is that stuff? Glossy accents, make 2 or 3, because sometimes you'll get bubbles in them. But no big deal. I do have others, so I will do that. But I just wanted to show you that. Something quick and easy and a little different from the norm. I had purchased this a while ago. I'll put the link in the description box. And, you know, I just saved it for a time that I was not really crazy creative and wanted to do something. Like I said, they've done really all the work. You just cut it out, put it together, and just a slight bit of decorating, and it was fun. So I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you so much for watching. Have a fabulous day.